to the How to Jimmy Show. I'm Jimmy Emerson. I'm your hostess with the mostest. And I'm thrilled to be here for my fourth show. This is the fourth time we've done this. And wow, how much fun we've had. I've had some incredible people on. I hope you've been tuning in and signing in to the What's Up Vegas magazine. That's where you'll find my show. Say it with me. What's Up Vegas. Now, just to be clear, What's Up would have an apostrophe S. Don't use that apostrophe. Just forget it. It's What's Up Vegas. It'll take you right there, full of information about the gay community, about charities, about our sponsors. I have a column called How to Jimmy Vegas. We talk about all the stuff that's going on that we don't have time to cover here on the show. But boy, I've got a great show for you today. I'm thrilled. What's wonderful to me to have this opportunity is I'm able to bring some people I've known for many, many years that have gone on to do wonderful things as performers and pillars of this community come on the show and talk about what they do. For instance, today I have my dearest friend in the world, Sean M. is one of my guests today. Sean and I go way, way back. We literally are family. He's like my sister/brother. I knew his mom very well. I've known his whole family. We just literally are just family. And that happens a lot in the gay community, probably everywhere. But anyway, I'm thrilled that Sean's here. He's known as a top Madonna impersonator. In fact, me, Sean, and his sister went to see the real Madonna a couple of weeks ago. She was able to get us comp seats. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, Madonna started late, as usual. We're going to talk more about that. So we'll be talking with Sean and all of his costumes that he makes and all that. And then, wow, am I thrilled to have wonderful, outrageously funny Tony Aras is on the show today, and we're going to have a great time with Tony. He is everywhere and has been everywhere for a long time. So we're going to do that. You know, I was talking to our producers at What's Up Vegas, and the last shows, I really don't have much time to crack a joke or two. If you know me at all, that's what I do. I host shows and I do characters. I've impersonated the big girls. I don't know why. It just built that way. But I've done Roseanne Barr back when anybody cared about her. And then I've done Anna Nicole Smith when she blew up, be a big girl. Ooh, it's me, Anna Nicole. She's like Marilyn on drugs. She was, but bless her heart, she's gone. Rest in peace. Peggy Lee. I've done Dolly Parton, the big version of Dolly Parton. And it's always fun for me to get to impersonate. But my main thing is to pick on the audience and have fun. And I like to crack a joke or two. You know, did you hear about the woman that gave birth to a baby with a full mustache? She was tickled to death. I know. Ad nauseum. So this mom is at the doctor with her little boy. And the little boy goes, "Mom, I got to pee." And mother goes, "Oh, honey, don't say pee. Just say, if you got to go, just go, I've got to whisper. Just say, I got to whisper." Okay. So a couple of days later, the little boy's with his father. And he goes, "Daddy, I have to whisper." And Dad goes, "Okay, son, come on over here and whisper in my ear." I'm sorry. I got a million of them. We are going to move on. We've got so much going on right now. I got to hit on them real quick. Lady Gaga's coming back to Las Vegas. That's right. She's going to be at the Dolby Live at the Park MGM. Love Lady Gaga. I like because she's pop and she loves the old tunes. So she did all that stuff with Tony Bennett. Was one of my favorite things in the world. I'm sure you watch the news, and a lot of my friends have TikTok accounts. I love to watch those TikTok videos. They're trying to ban it, I guess, for whatever reason. China, this and that, I don't know. I'm just wondering if that's going to affect a lot of my entertainers that make their living from doing TikTok. So we'll keep an eye on that. And recently, just a few days ago, they announced that all the 99-cent stores are closing, California and Nevada, all here in Las Vegas. Which I thought, well, that's sad. I hate to hear that because we all need to go to the 99-cent store, you know, when it's somebody's birthday. You don't want to spend a lot. You get a little basket, you throw some crap in there, and you go, "Happy birthday." So once it came out that the 99-cent store was closing, they were going to have closeout sales. Well, first of all, kids, it's only 99 cents. The very next day, every store was bombarded with people thinking they were going to get stuff for less than 99 cents. I thought it was hysterical. You know what? Don't buy their pantyhose, by the way. Trust me. Big girl, don't work. But anyway, good luck to the 99 cent stores. And let's see. I think that's it. There's so much I want to talk about. I just don't have the time. Tune in. Stay tuned. We're coming right back. And go to whatsup.vegas. That's where you'll see all the fun. We'll be right back with my good friends Tony and Sean. One of our sponsors here at How to Jimmy Vegas is the incredible Dark Lady Gypsy. She's my personal friend. Tracy Fawn is her name, but she has registered the name Dark Lady Gypsy. The word gypsy, who you would think a lot of people have claim to, she has been doing this for over 35 years. She is truly has an insight as a psychic that I've never seen, and I've met and known a lot of psychics. Please do yourself a favor, get a hold of Dark Lady Gypsy and have her, you could talk to her. She'll do a tarot card reading. She'll do a reading with you on the phone. She does horoscopes. She's the top of the line when it comes to psychic readings, and she's very affordable, and she's my dear friend, and I trust everything she says. She's helped me a lot in my career, and I hope she helps you with yours. Dark Lady Gypsy. Well, we're back, and boy, am I excited. I have with me here today I've known him a long, long time. I would say at least 25, 30 years, maybe longer. We met a long time ago. One of the funniest, most outrageously, spontaneously funny, just genuinely funny, and wonderful singer. He does it all, and he's sitting right here. Tony Aras. Yes. Hi, Tony.
Thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome.
My goodness, what an introduction.
Well, I can't say enough about you.
Oh my, I'm impressed with myself now.
Well, I know.
I'm so excited.
You look amazing today.
Thank you so much, and so do you. You
well,
always
thank
look
you.
magnificent.
Well, you know, it takes 3 hours, but I do.
I know, but it looks wonderful. But it's so wonderful to be here and to be on your show and to meet your following. This is brilliant. Thank you so much for thinking of me.
Well, you know, you're kind of out there a lot, but recently, I want to say maybe the last couple of years, you've kind of been more visible. I know you travel a lot and you go here and there, but in Vegas, since at the library and at the new Composer Showcase venue, which is beautiful. We'll talk more about that in a minute. It used to be called a lot of different things.
Yes, it had many names.
What's his name? Took it over?
Damien
Costa.
Yeah.
Wonderful guy.
Nice guy.
Went in, fixed the place the way it should have been in the first place, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He did a magnificent job. He had a great vision for the place, and he's just a really nice guy. I need to put a bell on him because he's about this high, and so I'm walking around and I'm looking at everyone. I'm just knocking him over and stepping on him. But he's a sweetheart of a guy, and his family's beautiful. He's
very professional. As I know some things about his family, was very involved with the commercial center, which they are revitalizing, and I'm so glad because it's a wonderful space. There's lots of parking, there's lots of lighting. It's had its years of shadiness, if you want to say.
Sure.
Every city has a place
Absolutely.
like that. But the commercial center, especially with taking over with Tony, with Damien taking over the Composer Showcase, it's added a lot of class. There are some wonderful restaurants there that have been there.
Wonderful.
Korean, Chinese.
Yes.
There's no gay club there anymore. The Spotlight was there for years.
The Spotlight was there.
It has reopened now as a Mexican restaurant.
It is, and I want to go try it.
Oh, you haven't been there yet?
No, I haven't been there. Well, they have a little Volkswagen there, and I'm like, yay, how cute. Any place that has a Volkswagen in the middle, I'm there. And I want to eat there. I just want to see what it's all about.
Go to lunch.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
I would like that.
But anyway, the rumor is that they're going to bring some Liberace experiences coming there.
Yes.
They even renamed that part of the street. Karen has been renamed Liberace Avenue or whatever.
It's amazing.
And so I know they got major plans there. And Damien's behind all of it. His whole family is.
Yeah.
But anyway, enough about that. You work there on a regular basis?
Well, Keith Thompson, and those of you who know Keith Thompson,
amazing.
You know Keith Thompson.
Yes, very well.
Keith has his own. He doesn't call it a show. It's called Keith's Piano Party. And so he brings in different entertainers, different singers, and so forth. And it's 2 hours, and it's only $10 to get in. By the way,
bargain in this
yeah,
day.
and that includes a cocktail.
That's amazing.
Which is really amazing.
That's amazing.
And so he brings in these singers. I kind of co-host with him.
Yeah.
And we bring in people, and we have a great time. And people get up and they sing, and it's just a big piano party. And that's really all it is. And he does that every other Tuesday.
Okay.
Right. And then I also signed with the Composers Showroom. I signed with them to do some shows this summer and also through fall.
Oh, well, nice.
And so I'm very excited about that. They're my shows.
If you ever have room for a lovely older white woman drag queen,
yes, let me know.
You've got my number.
Let me know.
I live 5 minutes from here, so
okay,
seriously,
good.
I could be there at your beck and call.
That'd be fun.
You know, the times we have worked together, and we've done charities and all sorts of things together.
Yes.
It's so much fun because you're kind of like me. You're like, okay, what song are we singing? Okay, we're doing this, but we're going to camp and carry on.
Absolutely.
Anyway, you know.
Yeah.
There's no business like show business like. And speaking of show business,
yes,
that's what we do.
Yes, we do that all the time. That's all I know. That's all. You know, I was supposed to be a barber. My father was a barber. My grandfather was a barber. My uncle was a barber.
Oh wow!
I was supposed to be a barber, and I went. No, I can't touch other people's hair. I know. I'm kind of a germaphobe in that way. I don't know why. I just can't do it. And then my mother's side, they all retired from McDonnell Douglas, which is now Boeing, and now getting a lot of.
Oh, don't start.
Yeah, I know. It's just sad. So
the door is open.
I don't fly anymore. I take the train or a boat. Right? Or a very large person. It doesn't matter to me anymore.
Stop it. You're killing me.
So I was supposed to be that, and all I wanted to do was sing and perform. That's all I ever wanted to do.
Well, and that's what you do.
And that's what I do. And so I've been very forcunate to do that.
Well,
and model. Don't forget the model.
Well, I have here that you are a swimsuit model.
That's it.
That's very nice.
That's it. I love my swimsuit models.
I said, what do you do outside of singing and dancing and modeling? And you said, I sing and dance and model and travel. And,
yes.
And you said, I'm a hack. Well,
I
can relate to that because if you need a filler, I'm your girl or guy. I can go either way.
That's right. You can do both.
I can go either way. I do this every show, just, spend
Turn off that fan. It's blowing his hair off.
I don't. That's the thing with me, Tony. As far as the drag thing goes, I do it for fun and for entertainment.
Yes.
I know there's a whole new world from when I started.
Oh yes.
I mean, I started.
But it was people like you who started it. You know what I'm saying? Where we've gotten today, it's people like you who
we didn't take ourselves so seriously.
No.
It's like we want to look the best you can.
Exactly.
And you know what? Just because I dress like a woman, I admire women. I
absolutely.
I'm a gay man, but I respect women.
Yes.
I'm not going to make fun of women.
No.
Even though I do comedy bits, which.
Right.
But women understand. I'm not. I don't want to be a woman.
Right.
I never have wanted to be. There's a whole world of transgender, and I'm all behind them.
Yes, I support.
You live your life the way you want to live, and you have my full support.
Yes, I agree.
I know you feel the same way.
Yes, I do.
So,
yes.
So tell me. I want to just mention real quick.
Yeah.
When I first met you 100 years ago.
Yes.
You had a friend, Lloyd. It was Tony and Lloyd.
Well, yes, but before that, I mean, I came to town in '85,
me too.
right? And
Me
I
too.
was a midnight singer at the Riviera.
Yeah.
And I also did. I also filled in for one day at Circus as the ringmaster.
Of course you did.
Yes, I did. One day.
Only once.
Yes, it was a half a day. Okay. And that's because they gave me these cue cards like you have, and I don't remember the name of the act, but they were doing like a flying Lewinda.
The flying Lewindas.
Yeah, there was an act like that,
Sure.
and they were supposed to do a triple somersault,
right?
Right. And he was supposed to catch him, and he missed.
He missed.
Okay. And guess who had a microphone in front of him with my cue cards? And as I'm watching this, right, he missed, and I went, "Holy shit, Jesus, son of a, oh my, you motherless what?" And he fell, and thank God, there's that net over the casino, and he was fine, right? But I brought all the attention to it, right? I was a mess, and I was 18, right? I was 17, 18, and the guy, I'm going, "Are you okay?" I go, "Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause. Are you okay?" And he's going, "Shut up. You just shut your mouth." And I'm going, "Jesus, that was amazing. Wasn't that incredible?" So after when they came the break, came the assistant manager, and he said, "I don't think we'll be needing you for the rest of the day."
Oh.
And I said, said, really? I was like, God, look at my first gig on the Strip. Here I am. I made it.
You were
and they gave me, I got, God, they gave me half a day off. Isn't this great?
Isn't that nice?
That was my last time at Circus.
Well.
So anyway, so I did that, and then Lloyd and I, we met. We were both performing at Caesar's Palace,
right?
And we both met there, and we teamed up. We were doing a charity event,
right?
And he was supposed to do the first half of the charity event. I was supposed to do the second half, but we started doing stuff together, and it was like a Martin and Lewis thing. It just jived.
Well, you did. You two had a rapport.
Exactly.
It was amazing.
You're
back
absolutely
and forth,
right.
Back and forth.
Absolutely.
Now, what has happened with Lloyd? Is
he has moved out of Las Vegas.
Right.
His family is from Michigan, and they have a huge farm out there. And he needed to be closer to family. There was some illness in the family, and so forth. So he needed to be close to them, and so he moved off, and then I just kind of sat.
Well, you never skipped a beat anyway. You are always.
No, I just kind of, I don't know. I am what I am. I just kind of go wherever the wind blows me, and so I love it.
So I know you grew up in California.
Yeah.
Your parents owned properties, right?
Yes, my parents owned properties here in the 70s, and so coming to Las Vegas from Southern California, I'm really a beach kid.
Okay.
You know, I love the water, and I'm a mammal.
Well,
and
that's my joke. You know, I don't lay on the beach. They keep dragging me back out to the ocean.
That's right.
He's dying. Right. He's dying.
Hold his blowhole.
Damn, save the whales, people. Leave me alone. I'm trying to get a tan.
But I loved it there. But when I moved here right at hours after graduation.
Nice.
And so I've been here ever since.
Well, me too. I just realized one day that I needed to be in Las Vegas, being from Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, Texas, love you, babe, but I love Las
especially
Vegas.
At that time. I mean, Texas was much more.
Well,
not as open or conservative.
Well, especially in my little town.
Right. So we actually met in the 80s. We met in the 80s, and I became very fond of and very friendly with Mr. Breck Wall.
Breck
and
brought me here.
Right, brought you here. And
you worked with Breck.
I did work with Breck. Several
Breck Wall,
times.
for those of you that may not remember, had a show called Bottoms Up that ran from the 60s, the late 50s, all the way up till he passed away, 8 or 9, 10 years ago? I don't remember the exact day. What a wonderful promoter. And he was hysterical, like you, just naturally, just funny. And I met him in Texas. He used to travel with his show. When I was in high school, we used to go see Bottoms Up at the dinner theater. Dinner theaters were big.
Oh, yes, very.
Well, all my friends and I couldn't wait till Bottoms. They came every season for like 3 or 4 weeks. And we go to as many shows as we could. Because once I saw these guys on stage, interacting with each other with comedy and back and forth, and a lot of it was improv. They would literally try to crack each other up on stage, and I still believe that's where Carol Burnett got her shtick, because Harvey Korman and Tim Conway, they would always deliberately try to break each other up. That's what the audience loves. They would
go out with an outline.
That's right.
Yeah, in Breck's show, they would have a little outline and then kind of go from there, and everybody was talented enough to be able to.
So you'd be talking and go, "What's that in your eye? Wait, what is? Oh my God! Were you in the bathroom?" I mean, it was always something. It was always something to make you laugh. But wow.
But anyway, so I did that, and then I just kind of went from there, from one show to the next, just as we do.
Well, now you do a lot of shows, a lot of live audience, a lot of just off the top of your head. Do you get any like hecklers? Do people like shout things to you? I mean, I get it once in a while.
I don't. You know,
nobody's going to heckle you.
Well, and that's just it. I think it's because of my size. I'm 6'4", right? And I don't think everybody's going to go, "Hey, you fat blah blah." Yeah, I just don't think they're going to do it.
Well, no, they
right.
You're too
but
nice
you know what I love to do, Jimmy, in every single show that I do, I love to ask the audience questions. I love to say, what I open it up. I love this. Is my favorite part of the show. Throw those questions out, and I think it gives people a chance to connect even more. And if they want to say something funny or silly or even rude, they can say it then.
Well, that's your opinion.
I never
now
really
you can go now.
Right, exactly.
I love that one lady tries to heckle me. I go, "Oh, do you have? Is that your makeup kit? Yeah. Use it, honey. You need a little more." Whatever.
But I've never had an issue.
The ultimate question to you is that you're funny no matter what you do, and you're always up there. Have you ever done drag? Have you ever dressed as a woman?
I did once. I was hired. It was a corporate event in Palm Springs, and I think it was for Kraft, the company Kraft, and they wanted to do the whole show of Hairspray.
Oh.
And so they asked me to play.
Oh, you played the
Mama.
Divine. You played Mama.
I played, the divine part.
The divine
I
part.
played Mama, which was funny because I didn't have to change my voice at all.
That's right.
But it was fun. I had a great time. It was
That's
really,
great.
it was wonderful to dress up and so forth.
Yeah. On that note, one of the gay clubs here in town, the Phoenix, is doing a production of Hairspray.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't have it in front of me, but it's
funny.
coming up soon. Look it up. The Phoenix, as you know, is one of the top gay. We have a lot of really good gay bars here.
Yeah,
I have to say most of them are top notch.
Yeah,
It's a little something for everybody. But the Phoenix has like 5 or 6 different regular shows all week long.
Yeah,
There's something going on.
yeah.
And they have food. Their food is good.
They have great food.
Their food is excellent.
Yeah.
But they're doing Hairspray, and Jim McCoy, who was on my show a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Normally a man, was on, and I think he's doing the Mama part.
Really?
in
That's
that.
great.
Yeah, I'm going to try to go
That'll
see
be
it
fun.
if I can, but
Yeah.
that's always fun to do. Well, listen, thank you so much for being here. Before you go, I wanted to, you're married, right?
Yes,
you're
I'm
me.
married. I've been. We celebrate 30 years June this coming June. So in about 2 months, 30 years. I just don't know where the time
Well, that's
went.
the thing.
It's just amazing.
I met my husband in 19. I remember exactly where it was. I was in a CD club. It's
Yeah.
no longer there. I just got off work. I just wanted to drink before I went home.
Right.
Walked in. There was no one there.
Right.
Just me and the bartender.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how was your day? Blah, blah, blah. And then this guy was across the door, was way over there. He walked in. I said, whatever he's drinking, I'm buying it. Just buy him a drink.
Oh.
Well, sure enough, he was drinking a beer. He ordered a beer, and he came over to thank me for the beer. And we'd never been apart.
Wow.
That was
nice.
1991.
Jesus, that must have been a good beer.
It was excellent.
My God. That ginger beer. That'll
That's
do it every
ginger
time. That'll do it every time.
Put a slice of lime in there, and you're good to go, babe.
My God. Well, that's fantastic. We, Scotty and I don't know. I just don't know where the time went. And we're happily married. And
Well, now, you didn't get married when you first met because it wasn't legal.
we didn't, unfortunately.
Well, none of
we
us
weren't.
could. It wasn't allowed.
Right, exactly. We got married in 2008 in California. But Scotty did take my last name in 1998.
I noticed that.
Because we weren't allowed to get married at that
That's
time.
right.
So
That's
he
right.
took my last name in 1998. We were gonna have children. But the career, I allowed the career to get in the way, and we just didn't want to be part-time parents.
That's wonderful.
And so we weren't able to have children. But he went ahead and took my last name anyway.
That's nice.
And so he never cared for his last name. I don't think his father really cared for it.
Carry on the
But he
family
loves
name.
me now, so that's all that matters.
Well, in my case, his name is Jimmy as well, and I'm Jimmy Emerson,
Right,
and he's
right.
Jimmy Peterson. So Emerson Peterson is close enough, and then we're both legally James.
Right,
James
right.
Emerson, James Peterson. It was just too complicated. I
Yeah,
said,
just
You keep your name, I'll keep
yeah.
mine.
But it's wonderful, Jimbo. And
Yeah,
Jimmy.
that's why we named him Jimbo. 'Cause
Yeah.
people, which Jimmy are you talking about?
Yeah.
So he got the name Jimbo.
Oh, that's
he likes to be
nice.
called Baby Bear, though.
Oh, nice.
You know, he likes to wear his leather and his
Yes.
jackets and all that. You know,
Yes.
some people like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Tony, I can't thank you enough for being here
Well,
today.
thank you so
And
much.
we could go on and on.
We really could.
You know,
We could talk about everything. I did want to, if it's okay with you, I did want to mention
Please
that
do.
I'm doing a country show, a classic country show,
Nice.
at the Composers Showroom on Friday, April 26th at
Okay.
7 p.m.
Very good.
And it's all classic country. So it's like Roger Miller and Conway
yeah.
Twitty and George Jones and blah, blah, blah. So this is all the country I grew up with.
Right.
And then in May, I do a show at the Composers Showroom with Philip Fortenberry.
Philip is amazing.
Is he brilliant?
he
He's
is,
you
for
know,
sure.
brilliant with the tickling. No, with the piano. Right, and then Nikki Scalera is going to be singing with us as well, so I'm excited about that.
You hang with the best people.
Oh God, I'm so
You really
fortunate.
do.
And then in June, I do another show at the Composers Room, and it's called "Release Me, Delilah."
Oh.
And it's a musical tribute to Sir Tom Jones and Engelbert Humperdinck. So the whole
Okay.
show will be all of their music.
What's new, Pussycat?
Ho, 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 what's new, pussycat? Whoa, ho, ho. I love that song.
You're so great.
But I scare the cats when I sing it.
I know.
They're like, Jesus, what the hell is that? And they look at me and they go, he's going to eat me. I just know it. So I just let them. Thank you so much for allowing me to come
it was
on.
my
This was
pleasure.
magnificent.
Thank you so much. We'll be
I
out
really
to see you.
appreciate it. I
Don't
hope
listen,
so.
Tony Aras, guys. If any chance you get to see him, don't miss it. It's
Yeah.
always a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Even if you're just hosting, it's fun. But a lot of
Thank
times you're actually doing your show and then
try.
bringing other acts on, and that's what makes
Thank
you so
you.
versatile.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
You again.
They can
Give it
always-
up for Tony.
Thank you.
Aras.
TonyArias.com. Yay for me.
Thank you, Tony. We're going to be right back, and stay tuned.
Yes.
As you say, no clicking. I don't even know what that means. They used to have clickers. I'm that old. We used to have to change the channel.
That's
on
right.
the TV.
Or at least get a trial
No
to get
clicking.
up and change
We'll
the
be
channel.
right back.
Right.
Okay. Thank you, Tony.
I love that. Is there
Hi, my name is Edgar Alejandro. I'm the co-founder of Rising Again Productions. So we've been here in Vegas producing films for the past couple of years, and we've seen our fair share of studios. We've worked in our fair share of studios, and to be honest, WWDBTV has been our favorite by far. John is so welcoming. The space is wonderful. It's perfect for what we need. We've had rehearsals here, we've had callbacks here, we've had table reads here. So if you're a Vegas creative, or really just a creative coming into Vegas, definitely check out this space, chat with John. I think you'll find that this studio has everything that you'll need as well.
Okay, welcome to How to Jimmy, the How to Jimmy show. This is what we do. I am so excited to be here with one of my favorite people on the planet. And I don't say that about a lot of people, but this particular person is not just my dear friend, she's literally family. We go way back 30 plus years when we first met, and I've known her entire family, his entire family, and he's done a lot, and here she is, Sean M. The Sean M. Welcome.
Well, welcome. Thank you for having me on the show tonight.
It's my
Mr.
pleasure.
Jimmy.
It's my pleasure. Sean, we have so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start. Obviously, one of your top characters that you've done for many years is Madonna. You look good today.
Well, thank you very much. You know,
And you know what? You're not late.
Well,
love
I
that.
was getting my face on late and stuff like that, but you know, I try to be on time, and she tries to be on time too.
We'll talk about that in a minute. I want to tell you something about you and I. We go way back. Your sister is like a sister to me. Your mom was one of my dearest friends.
Well, you were her best friend.
I loved her. Her name was Dora. She was a friend of the gay community. She loved to hang out at the clubs. I used to bartend here and there. She was always there. She was always there for your shows,
Always,
helping
always.
load in, load out, whatever it took, promotions. She's a lovely lady. And we lost her, 4 years ago?
In 18.
Yeah,
February.
Yeah, a while back. And so we all miss Dora. But you don't just impersonate Madonna. You do Reba McEntire very well.
And that was all by accident. You know, I was a fan of Reba's, and it was the first year we were going to Wendover with Jim Lash and all them in that show, and they asked, I took Georgie to the audition, and I wasn't going to audition, but they knew I did stuff. And he just out of it said, do you do Reba McEntire? And Georgie said, yes, he does. And she drove for
Well, what Sean's talking about is we toured a lot over the years with the show. I was in La Cage, as most of you know, at the Riviera for 24 years as the comedy act, and I was the understudy for the MC, who was off a lot, so I got to perform a lot. And I also was able to take off and start my own show called Unboyleavable, B-O-Y, Unboyleavable. When Sean was always in that show, wherever we traveled, and gosh, we went everywhere with it. Sean mentioned Wendover. Wendover, if you don't know, is a little bitty town right across the border from Utah, Salt Lake City. We're right on the Salt Flats.
Well, we did the Ghost Town tour of Nevada.
That's right. That's right. We did all the little casinos, but those were the days. That's back when the casinos would pay you to bring your show in, and we'd run there through to 4 weeks, 6 weeks.
Well, no, even longer than that. In some places, we were there 10 months.
In
It was
Laughlin,
just
every summer.
Seasonal type thing that we
That's
were doing.
right. And you mentioned Georgie Perez, who did
Liza
Minnelli
and Prima Ballerina.
and she was a fabulous dancer. You not only would do Madonna and Reba, you did Dolly Parton. We needed a Dolly one time. You said, give me a minute. You went and put some big boobs on and came out with the hair, and you were Dolly. Whatever we needed. I love that about you. You're able to jump in and play a role whenever we need it. So
Well, I've always been into role plays.
there you go. But working that gig, those shows for years was a lot of fun. And, we have all those memories to draw on. But you toured with La Cage, the actual La Cage show, for a
And the
while.
ones that you had
And the ones I produced, and the one that Norbert Aleman, who had the original Lacoste show.
When I started at Lacoste was the one in San Francisco.
That's right.
Around the earthquake in '89.
Yeah, I remember.
I was
Yeah.
only 12.
Well, you've been everywhere, girl. Now tell us about when you had your long-running show at the Free Zone Club here in Las Vegas. It was called The Real Queens of Las Vegas?
Well, no, it was called. I started the show out called What a Drag, because it meant different things. What a drag, or, oh, what a drag, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And then later on, one of my cast members suggested we change the show to The Queens of Las Vegas, and I'm like, well, no, we already have. So let's go What a Drag featuring the Queens of Las Vegas.
But you coined that phrase.
Oh, yeah.
A long, long time ago.
A long time ago, because somebody else had did the show, and then they got into some trouble and had to leave town. And the owner called me earlier. She's like, "Oh, what do you want to call the show?" And just, I was on my way to go to Europe for 6 weeks.
Right.
So
I
had to
remember.
say that.
I remember. But anyway, you did all that, and besides performing, and traveling and doing, one of your main things is a costume designer, and you sew. You just make costumes for every queen in the business that I know.
Well, not even Queen. I mean, I did stuff for almost all the shows at the old days on
That's
the
right.
Strip and.
You worked for the
Hollywood
famous
movies.
costumer Joe Blank.
Yeah, Joe Blanca. People might not know his name here, but he was really big in Hollywood back in the old days.
That's right.
And did a lot of stuff. And he retired here, but he kept a little bit of it going. And I was his assistant / apprentice, without the pointy hat.
Well, I know that. I remember when you went to work for Joe, you had already made zillions of costumes. But after Joe, you kind of upped your game.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he taught you really like the showgirl quality. I mean, if you're a showgirl and you have a show that runs 10, 15 shows a week, those costumes have got to be made super durable, double stitched and lined and all that stuff. And you learned how to really do that. Your
And
sewing
the
was
feather
great,
work that he
but
taught
you
me.
really upped your game after you worked with Joe.
You know, I kind of was self-taught seamstress, and I made things just by figuring it out. But when I went to be with him, he taught me how they really do it. He always said there was nothing about quick and dirty.
That's right.
You know, it's going to take a while to make it, but it's going to last 20 years. And
That's-
everybody I've made costumes for, they've all come back, yeah, you made this 20 years ago. or
You've
15
made
years
so
ago."
almost, I would say at least 75% of everything
Well, I was thinking more
own.
like 90.
And you're so good. I can call you at any time and go, I need this by Friday, and it's Wednesday or Friday morning. Just, I need this
Or
tonight.
just an hour before she has to put it
No,
on.
you've been wonderful to me. I have a lot of costumes that I love to wear, and everything I like, I want it big because I'm a big girl. So I like to wear sequins and beads and feathers, anything that enhances you. This is why I don't understand today, and I don't want to put any shows down. All the girls today, I've been around forever. Florence Ziegfeld, the famous Ziegfeld, said years ago, he was quoted as saying, if you can't hide it, decorate the shit out of it. Right? So if a pole is in your way on the stage, you can't get rid of the pole because it's holding. Put some feathers on it. Make it look fabulous. I'm the same way. I'm a big girl. I want some feathers. I want them to look as best as I can. That doesn't rule today.
No,
Correct
it's
me if
just
I'm wrong.
It's just a leotard or a one piece or something. That's really, they just go to Savers and get some.
Yeah, I personally don't get it, but hey, girls, do what you got to do.
Well-
I can't do a death drop. Sometimes I want to drop dead, but
Well,
I can't
I just
do
don't
the death.
think at our ages that it should be in the title. Of
I think it has to be to do with the talent. But besides all that, we talked about your mom. We talked. This morning before it came, I knew this was coming. Popped up on my computer. I did not know this. That we recently went to see the real Madonna. Thanks to your sister, and had a great time. Thank you, Cheryl, again.
Thank you,
And
Madonna.
it was a fun show, but it did start close to 3 hours late. But you were right there. You've been to many of her concerts. You would go, oh, it's no big deal. She always starts late. Is that common knowledge?
It's very common. If you're a fan of Madonna's, or even just somebody who knows who she is, she's always late. But it's not always her her fault and stuff.
Pop stars do that. It's not just Madonna.
Well, what it is on the ticket says the show starts at 8. That's the pre-show. They don't specify that for
They
some
don't.
reason. And
But-
then she's supposed to go on at 10, but they don't specify that either.
Well, she didn't go on a 10 when we saw her, and I was fine with it because I didn't pay for my seats. We
Once
were
it
having a
starts,
wonderful
though, it's
time.
amazing.
Anyway, but there is a class action suit. Madonna clapped back. I saw you could check this Daily Mail, and I just saw it right before we taped today, and I just thought the fans actually filed a lawsuit against her, and some of the reasons were not because they don't love her. They paid the hundreds of dollars, whatever it was, to have the ticket, and if you start an hour late or you have an opening act like you said, that's okay, right? But the night we went, she had a DJ.
Well, that's the opening act.
Well, I can go to a club and
They're
see a
usually
DJ.
famous DJs though and stuff like that that
Yeah.
do it. And the thing is that they know that, but it's not. Madonna doesn't want to be late because she has to pay her people and the stadium's
Well,
people
that's the thing. Is it?
overtime.
But is it fair to the stage crew and the people who work for her? They already know it's going to run late.
Well, her
I
crew and all
assume.
that, they know the show's timed exactly. So the minute it starts, it's going to stop exactly the way it's supposed to.
But is it fair to the people who assume when the ticket says 8:30, even if there is an opening act, you would think an hour or two, fine, but 3 hours is
But
a
if
lot.
you're it's not 3 hours. If you're a fan
Well,
of Madonna,
according to this, it is, but-
Well, because they're adding the pre-shows. The DJ
Yeah.
was considered that, and then the fire marshal also won't let them start the show if the aisles aren't cleared.
Right.
So people need to sit down when they're supposed to, just at first.
Yeah, but you're sitting there for 2.5 hours. You're going to
Yeah.
stand up, and I'll give it up. I'll stop picking on Madonna. I love Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
I love her music. Don't get me wrong. I'm just talking about what's in the news, and I experienced it with you. It does seem like she wants that full attention from her fans, but she did make them wait. Let's just agree to disagree on that.
Well, I'm not disagreeing at all. She's always late, and that's just
Yeah.
what she's known for.
Well, and when I think it was L.A., she screamed at some guy in the front row, you can't stand up, blah, blah, and found out later the guy was in a wheelchair, which was unfortunate. I don't know if she apologized
Well, how
for
could
that.
she see that from
She
the-
couldn't see
from
it,
the
of course. You
stage?
can forgive that. You can. And, I'll let off Madonna. I just wanted to bring it up because
She's
you're
just a
such a
smart
fan
ass.
of her. I know, right? Well, tell us what's in the future for you. What you got planned now?
Well, besides the grave, I'm just going to be doing more costumes and stuff, and now that there's a few things picking up around town for drag, and I don't want to put my own drag show out there again. It's too much work. A lot of the kids have been bugging me about that because there really is not a lot here. But there's a few things that I think are going to pop up with a few places.
I do. I got a couple of projects on the fire that I'm definitely going to need you for. We've talked about it. Anyway, Sean M. Doesn't have a website, but you can find her on Facebook, Sean Magby, the real name, and drop her a line, send her a message, become her friend. You've got a lot of friends on Facebook.
Well, and any bathroom wall has my name.
For an adequate time, call
Adequate,
Sean.
mediocre.
I have the same one. Sean, thank you so much for joining me
Thanks.
today. I really do appreciate it. Hey guys, stick around. We got more coming, and it's How to Jimmy Vegas. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Mary McElhatton. I am the host of the Permission Mission Show. We air every single week on Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific Time with the WWDBTV.com and also my Permission Mission Facebook page. Permission Mission is a platform that we are able to talk about mortality openly, boldly, bravely, because it is something that's happening all the time, and to know more about it is going to help every family out. Thank you for joining me again, Mary McElhatton, the host for the Permission Mission Show.
And that's it for today, kids. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've had a wonderful time with two of my favorite people on the planet. Tony Aras, what a fun man he is. And don't miss him. He's at the Composer's Room over at Commercial Center. That's 953 East Sahara, by the way, because I worked that area a lot. Inside, not the street. Well, never mind. But Tony Aras, don't miss him. He's a lot of fun. He's all over town. And my dear sister, and I mean it, my brother, my sister, Sean Magby, Sean M., who it's so multi-talented, as you've seen, makes costumes, performs, and all that. You can catch Sean just about anywhere. He's booked a lot of times as special guests. And I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and enjoying that. And please remember about our check mark. When you see the rainbow check mark, it's simply this: all welcome. Everybody's welcome. If you see that, LBGT, gay, straight is great. We don't mind. I'll admit it to you guys only. I go to straight bars. Sorry. Usually for the food. But anyway, I want to thank you guys again for tuning in today. Don't forget, it's whatsup.vegas. What is it? What's up? .vegas. Bye.